everyone, it's Lauren from Hot for Food, and today I'm back to cook for you. We're gonna do 3 easy pumpkin recipes because it's the end of September into October. It's kind of like pumpkin season, pumpkin spice time, which everybody loves talking about on the internet. So these are kind of pumpkin spice inspired recipes. I'm gonna show you how to make pumpkin spice muffins, a pumpkin pie smoothie, and pumpkin ravioli with garlic and sage. All right, so we're gonna start with the muffins. They are kind of breakfast-like. They're made with oat flour. They're very hearty and pretty healthy. So here's how it's done. We're gonna add almond milk to a bowl with apple cider vinegar, coconut sugar, pure pumpkin puree, applesauce, and vanilla extract. Combine all the wet ingredients together, and then we'll do the dry ingredients in another bowl. So oat flour you can make in a food processor or blender by just grinding up oats. So we're using oat flour for the whole thing. We're gonna add cinnamon, we'll add ginger, nutmeg, and allspice. You could also just add a pre-made pumpkin spice mix. All right, we're adding baking powder, baking soda, and sea salt. Now just combine this, and then we'll add the liquid. Fold the batter until it's just combined, and then add it to a 12 muffin pan with either paper liners, or you can lightly spray oil into the bottom of the pan. And we're gonna top them with a few pecans and a little bit more coconut sugar. All right, so we're gonna bake these for 18 to 20 minutes at 375 Fahrenheit. And while these are baking, I'm gonna show you how to make the ravioli. So we're making the same dough as our pierogi recipe. This time we're just gonna use half and half whole wheat and all-purpose though, just to give it more of a pasta-like texture. So you're adding all-purpose flour and whole wheat flour to a bowl with warm water and sea salt. Just make a bit of a well like that. Pour the water in. I find it easy to use my hands, so once it's kind of combined, you can just go in and start forming a ball of dough. Okay, so it might be easy to do this on the counter once most of the flour is mixed in. You're gonna start feeling it getting sticky the more you knead it, which is what you want. So once you've got a nice ball of dough like that, just leave it in the bowl for about 10 to 15 minutes to rest while we make the filling. So for the filling, we're gonna start with pumpkin puree, raw cashews that have been soaked. We're gonna add garlic, nutritional yeast, a teaspoon of sea salt. All right, we're gonna add some spices like sage, some dried basil, and nutmeg. Okay, I've got white pepper, but you can use ground pepper, lemon juice, and tomato paste. And we'll add vegetable stock, and then we'll blend it till smooth. So it does take some working to get the blender going, but once it does, just don't add more liquid because you want this to be kind of firm, like a thick hummus. So the pumpkin spice muffins are done and they look delicious. And while we roll out and cut our ravioli, just put the filling in the fridge to let it set for a little bit. All right, you're gonna flour the counter or the surface that you're gonna roll out the dough on. So because we're doing this by hand and to get it really thin, I'm just gonna cut this in half. If you have a pasta roller, that would be very helpful, but we don't, so you can do it by hand. The key is just to get it quite thin. Okay, now you're gonna cut out your shape. They could be square or circular. Okay, so you're gonna transfer all these pieces to a floured cutting board or surface, and just keep cutting them all out till you're done, and then we're gonna put the filling in and then put one on top of the other. Okay, try not to overstuff these. Put some filling in half of the squares and use another square to seal it. And put a little ridge of water around the edges, and then seal the top by gently pressing. And that should seal all 4 sides. We're gonna make this a rich dish and use vegan butter to kind of make the base of a nice sauce. So add some chopped onion. We're gonna put a few of these into boiling water. Just before you add the pasta to the pan, just add some fresh sage, and that's gonna fry up and give it a lot of flavor. Okay, so once these float, you wanna take them out, drain any excess water, and get them in the pan. Okay, just in the last minute here, we're gonna add white wine and then give that 1 to 2 minutes to let the alcohol cook off, and they're done. Okay, you're gonna have extra pumpkin filling, so just smear some on the bottom of the plate for extra flavor. All right, these pumpkin raviolis with sage and garlic are amazing, and I want to eat them now, but I have to show you how to make the pumpkin pie smoothie that you can have for breakfast or dessert. So to a blender, you're gonna add a frozen banana, almond milk, or non-dairy milk of your choice, pumpkin puree, pitted medjool dates. I really like fresh ginger in this, hemp hearts, a little bit of maple syrup, cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. And we'll add some ice, and now we'll blend it up. I'm gonna top the pumpkin pie smoothie with some crunchy hemp granola, but you can leave that off or you can make your own. All right, there's our 3 easy pumpkin recipes. We've got pumpkin spice muffins that are awesome, pumpkin ravioli with sage and garlic, and our pumpkin pie smoothie. We have a pumpkin feast before us, yummy! And I definitely am going for the pasta first. You could make this various ways. You don't have to cook it in butter like I did. But I was kind of going for that like brown butter sage thing I've had at restaurants before. Well, I'll just be right here. That is the best savory use of pumpkin, if I ever seen one. So I hope you like these pumpkin recipes. All of them are linked below in the description. Try them all. Tell me which one's your fave. And I think I need to wash all of this down with the pumpkin pie smoothie. But before I do that, make sure you subscribe. We post every Wednesday here on Hot for Food with brand new recipe videos for you. Always vegan, always delicious, and comfort food goodness. Hit subscribe, follow us on social media at Hot for Food, post your photos with at Hot for Food so we can find you and love you, which we do, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!